Python operators. Operators are the symbol which triggers some computation when applied on operand. So, you know what are operators and operands? So, if we talk about a equation like 2 plus 4, here 2 and 4 are operand and this plus sign is your operator. Operators are of two kinds, unary operator and binary operator. Unary operators are those operators which acts on one operand. So if I write minus 5, this minus is your unary operator. But if I write 2 plus 6, this plus, or if I write 5 minus 3, this minus is your binary operator. Why? Because it is having two operand to act upon. But in this case, we are just having one operand. So when we have one operand to act upon, that operator is a unary operator. And when we have two operands to act upon, that operator is binary operator. So unary operator comprises of plus, minus, bitwise complement and not. And binary operator comprise of arithmetic operators like plus, minus, multiply, divide, modulus, bitwise operators like and, or, not, shift operators and identity operator, that is and is not. Relational operators. So relational operators are those operators which tells you the relation between two operands like less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, and not equal to. So if there are two operands and you want to know the value of operand, means want to know the relationship whether one is greater than the other or less than the other or equivalent to other, we can use these operators. So if I write a equals to 3 greater than 6, so 3 greater than 6 is not true, right? So you'll get the answer false. 13 less than 60, it is true, so you'll get true as the answer. And 3 equivalent to 6 is false, so you'll get false as the answer. Logical operators are and, or. So if you have two expressions and you need to club the answers of both expressions, we use and or. For and to be true, both the expression has to be true. In case of or, either of the one expression has to be true. Like for example, 3 greater than 6 is false and 13 less than 60 is true. So one answer is false and the other is true. So if we do and, we will get answer as false. But if we do or, we will get answer as true because either of the operand, or you can say expression, is giving the value true. Assignment operator, equal to, quotient equal to. This is a kind of shorthand operator what we used to have. Simple assignment operator is equals to. Now if I want to write a equals to a plus b, so I can write a plus equals to b. So it will comprise of the shorthand operators like plus equals to, divide equals to, multiply equals to, and this is for floor division. Okay. Membership operators are two, that is in and not in. What it does, it tells you whether that sequence is available or not in the other sequence which I am checking. Like for example, A in RAM. So RAM is a bigger sequence in which we need to check whether A is present or not. So if we have this kind of scenario, we use in. But if we have that whether we need to check that the character is not present, we use not in. So A in RAM is true, A not in RAM is false, T in RAM is false, and T not in RAM is true. Now let's have a look on bare bones of Python program. That means what are the minimal requirements of a Python program. So it has to have a expression, statements, comments. So you know comments? Comments are the additional information regarding the source code which is not executed at the time the program runs. Now these can be of two types, single line or multiple line. Single line is used with hash and multiple lines are used with triple quotes. It can also have functions, blocks and indentations. Variable and assignment. So what is a variable? So variable is a named location in the memory of a computer. So in Python, if you want to create a variable, we just need to write the name of the variable equals to the value of the variable, right? So like here, if we say that age equals to 9, and then we change the age to 30, in Python, the memory is not overwritten with the new value, but a new memory is allocated to the newer value and the variable will be pointing to the new value after the overwrite. Okay. Python do not need fixed memory locations. When the value changes, their location also changes. But in other languages, it does not happen like this. Now let's see what is L value, R value. L value is the expression that comes on the left hand side of an assignment. So variable is always at the left hand side of the assignment. And R value is the expression that comes on right hand side of the assignment. So R value can include a different variable or a value to a variable. Dynamic typing. Python supports dynamic typing. It means that the variable pointing to the value of certain type can be made to point the value of other type. So if I write age equals to 13 and I write print age and I run this, I get 13. At the same time, I can just change the value of age and then print the value. I get the value. So it's dynamic typing says that as and when we change the value of the variable gets into that type, right? Like if I want to print the type, then again I'll print the type here. So you can see that at the same time the value changes. Like age was 13, 13 before, and the type was int. The moment you change, the type also changes. So this is dynamic typing. So we can just use type function to determine the type of the object. But while using dynamic typing, we need to keep in mind the data type of the element. Like for example, here, I know the age is integer value, so I can put a minus thing here. Like age equals to -3 and I can run here, but I cannot put this here. Dynamic typing versus static typing. So in dynamic typing, the data type attached with a variable can change during the program run, but in static, it cannot happen. So whatever value is assigned for the first time, it is fixed for the variable, and Python is a supporter of dynamic typing. So Python allows the multiple assignment method. What do you mean by this? Like for example, x equals to y equals to z equals to 20. That means many variables can be assigned the value in a single line, in a single statement. So here if you see, the x is assigned the value of 20 as well as y and z in a single line. The other method is to assign different values to a different variable in a single line. Like if I run it, so you get the values. Now, example of multiple assignments. So these are the examples. So let's run and see. So here we have x, y and z, the value 20, 40 and 60 consecutively. Now we are changing the values. Now you just see y is changed to x plus 10. So the value of y becomes 30. Z is changed to x minus 10. So the z becomes 10. And x is changed to y plus 20, that is 60. So let's run and see, and you have the answer 60, 30 and 10. The other question, L comma M is 9 and 27. L is changed to M plus 90. So 27 plus 90, 170. And R is changed to M minus 10. That is 17. So when I print L, I'll get 117. M, I will get 27. And R, I'll get 17. So this is the answer. Now, variable definition in Python is something which is done when the variable gets the value for the first time. So you cannot tell that the variable is of this type by not giving the value. So the Python understands the type of the variable only when it is assigned for the first time. Like here, print name. Name is not mentioned early, so you'll get an error. But once you mention the name and then print, you will get the value. So we can check this. Like for example, if I write print name, I'll get the error. What is the error? Name is not defined. Once I write name equals to Anita and then I print the name, I get the value. So Python only gets a type when we define it for the first time. That's all with this video. Thank you.